have started my official officiator duties, fake officiator. Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today to celebrate the union of Emily and Russ, our wonderful friends. Today they stand before us to reaffirm their vows and love and commitment to each other. Thank you all for being here to share in this joyous occasion. It's been wonderful to watch Emily and Russ's bond of love, trust and mutual respect grow ever stronger. And on Monday they topped up their wedding vows with a little partnership, proving that true love always finds its way. I'd now like to invite Emily to say a few words.
Thank you. I didn't get to talk at the last wedding, which in retrospect was a mistake. Frankly, I would have been hilarious. But anyway, it's just my job today to say thank you so much to all of you for coming. It wasn't our intention to have a wedding on the same day as a red warning storm. And there are some people who aren't here today because they live in Wales, and Wales is closed. Shut. But people have battled here from as far away as Manchester and Brighton.
Brighton?
Yeah, exactly. I told her she could have walked. People have made their way even though trains have been cancelled and they've had to rearrange plans at very short notice. They've come from Chesterfield, which is of course my hometown and deserves an honourable mention. For a lot of you, this is the second time you have been to our wedding. So we're really grateful that you came again. Hopefully, you have... hopefully, well, I have to come to them. Hopefully, you've been able to look at the pictures that we've assembled and seen yourselves 22 years younger. For some of you, that is a good thing. For others, not so great. But we're so pleased to be able to have so many of you who were with us that day back with us again today. And we want to say thank you very much, particularly to all of you. Part of the reason we did this, and part of the reason we wanted to have another wedding, was so that we could get you all together. So there are some people who we have loved and who have loved us for 22 years and longer. And there are some people who we've met since then who have loved us and who we love. And we're really very grateful for you all to be here today. And particularly, we have a couple of overseas guests. So some people who come to us from Poland.
Yay!
Although, to be fair, we're not letting Will speak this time. Because it was a bad plan last time.
He's sacked.
Also, I'm just trying to see her in the crowd, but we didn't expect to see today the girl who was my youngest bridesmaid when I got married in 2002. You'll be able to see her on the pictures as a 9-year-old, but Sophie, who has actually been living in Australia, so that is abroad, really far abroad. And yeah, she's here today, so we're lovely to see her. And she's delighted by her photo, by the way. We also want to say a special shout out to Dawn, Russ and Kate's and Louise's mum, who can't be with us today because, well, she's very old, but she's here.
She's waving.
In real life,
She's waving.
On the phone, watching me be mean about her. From the comfort of her room. We're very pleased to see everybody. So thank you all for coming. And you're going to see our children shortly. Hopefully with Esther not for longer than we thought. But you can never tell. So thank you all. Please enjoy yourselves. Please drink as much as you'd like. Everything's free all night. And there'll be a disco. I will end by saying that I made the terrible mistake of suggesting that you all made requests to the DJ. So I'm just going to say that the playlist now stands at 7 hours and 45 minutes. So unfortunately, you'll all have to stay until every single one of those tracks has been played. You might be lucky and you're out of here before Highway to Hell. That's Malcolm's song. Malcolm's song. So thank you. We're going to get married again now. So we're going to have back to our celebration.
Russ, when you're ready, you may now begin your bows.
So my advice, I've never said anything sentimental or soppy before, so I've been really nervous about it. Emily, it's hard to believe it's been 22 years to the day since we first married in Chesterfield. Similar weather then. Today, time has flown by. Although our life took us on different paths for a minor detour, here we are standing together again after 22 years. Emily, you're as beautiful now as you were then. You've grown into a truly admirable and inspirational person. I'm so grateful to be here with you, ready to write the next chapter of our story together. I'm also very grateful to so many of the friends and people who at the first wedding are here with us to celebrate today. I have to say, mostly looking a bit more mature than they were, but also mostly looking better dressed. Someone had told me in 1995 that the girl asleep on my toilet to Durban Road would turn out to be my best friend, my greatest support, and the person I would share my life with. I would have thought they were mad. But at our first wedding, I said I was very lucky to have you as a partner. I didn't realise just how right I would turn out to be. Since then, we've shared so many wonderful years together, and we've created Ben and Esther, my proudest achievements. Emily, I love your brilliance, your integrity and sense of purpose, your kindness, humour and ability to make others feel at ease, make you a joy to be around. I promise I will be a better person in our second marriage than I was in our first. I'll stand by your side through all the adventures we still have ahead of us, supporting you whenever you need me. I promise I'll stop trying to clean my teeth when you want to leave the house. I'll stop stirring the food when you're cooking. I'll even stop talking about the time you knocked over the garden wall with your car and tried to blame it on the local naughty children. Although I'm over 50, and you, of course, are still relatively youthful. We have many years of life ahead of us, and I can't wait to build a life growing old together with you. Thank you for being my partner, my love, my everything. I love you deeply, more now than ever, and I always will.
Let us cry. So, on your 15th birthday, I proposed to you. And what I said was that I wanted to be married to you again because of how much I love you. And not because of any other reason than that I love you. And that I am so grateful that that minor detour, where we weren't married for a while, didn't stop you from wanting to be with me again. And it means so much to me that it didn't, and that you were happy to do it all again. And I just want to thank you for that, because it could all have been so awful, and instead it's been so wonderful. And we got to have Esther, and we got to be a family again. And I'm so happy with you, and I'm looking forward so much to the future. But I did, of course, think about what I should promise to you, so I asked the children. And there were a couple of answers to what I should promise in future, given that I'm really awesome and we're one with the annoying traits. I'm joking. And they said that really, the thing that they most said I should promise is that no matter what hill you choose to die on, we should let you. Because we've lived with you through Brexit, through Trump season 1, through the Mueller report. And what I love about you is that in all of this, and we can joke, but in all of this, all of the things that I love most are really obvious. And it's that you're kind and generous, and that you love your family and your friends, and that you want the best for them, and that you want the best for everybody. And that is something which is just so important to me. And actually, the last hill you chose to die on was to find us an apartment in Marbella. So to be fair, the hours focused on Rightmove were not in vain. And I think it's just amazing that we get to stand here in front of all these people again. And it was because you were brave enough to give us another chance that we are. And I love you so much, so very much.
Yay!
Lots of preemptive testimony. Thank you for those wonderful, really moving words. So can we have the rings, please? Thank you. So these rings are a symbol. These rings are a symbol of your love and commitment to each other. Emily, please place a ring on Russ's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I be partner civilly. And Russ, please place a ring on Emily's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I be partner civilly. So by the power vested in me by neither church nor state, I now to civilly partnered. You may kiss the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great honour to present to you once again Mr. and Mrs. Milner. So Daphne and I are allowed to share a few words.
deliver a speech tonight, having known Emily for 30 years, and having been here the first time round, we have so much to share. Although Russ gave away our best story, number 2, but we'll let him. We'll do our best to keep it brief and entertaining to match Emily's after-dinner speaker circuit skills, as you've seen on display tonight already. So Emily has always been a trailblazer, whether it was her amazing rainbow-coloured hair, gym slips, anybody remember gym slips for a thing, or wacky tights? She was sporting hashtag trends long before social media, and while some of those looks have been banished to sartorial landfill with Russ's dungarees, anybody remember them? Russ and Emily, like the other famous couples who remarried, Richard Burton, Elizabeth Taylor, apparently Elon Musk, and Eminem. Not to each other. Not to each other. Well, just like them, they have always been aligned to the cultural zeitgeist.
So as we know, this is the second time round for Emily and Russ. Some love stories are just, too good to encapsulate in one, marriage. And this reboot ties together so nicely with so many of your shared interests. Reboots like Judy Cooper's Rivals. Yes. Yes. The Labour government. Yes. Yes. And 90s pop. Yes. So I love the wedding, so thank you very, very much for giving us 2. And I guess, as people have pointed out already, the only difference really is that we get to spot the difference here. Looking around, I can't see that any of you have changed at all. We always knew that Emily and Russ, when we met them 30 years ago, would do great things and pass on their talents to their gorgeous children. Ben has definitely, I don't know where Ben is, Ben's definitely inherited Russ's singing voice, rivaled only by Gary Barlow. And Esther rocks a great frock and an assertive attitude, and cowboy boots just like her mum.
Speaking of cowboy boots, Emily was way ahead of Taylor Swift and on country music, and is outstripping Tammy Wynette in her real-life reboot of Stand By Your Man. Okay. So, it is no surprise that Emily impresses all of the Texans, am I right? And Memphis folk, correct? With her two-step and country music fandom. In addition to those dancing skills, which we will see on display later, to two-step and country music fandom, we are so proud of everything Emily has achieved in the prison service, creating second chances with dignity and respect for so many young men, and launching Untold to grow talent and restore hope in what can otherwise feel like hopeless circumstances. She speaks truth to power when it comes to the prison. Just ask Rory Stewart. She disagreed with him so adamantly that she appeared in his book. And she leads with conviction, charm, and the addition of angel, pet, or darling at the end of every sentence, which is the true secret of her success, she would admit. Just don't mention misplacing the keys.
So, Em and Russ, you are some of our silliest and kindest, most committed and most generous friends. You're so well suited, it's absolutely no wonder that between the 2 marriages, they were matched on Guardian Soulmates. It's absolutely wonderful to know you, and here's to the next 30 years, to Emily and Russ.
Thank you. Well, look, first of all, a great privilege. Thank you for asking me to speak tonight for the second time. Look, so first of all, I just wanted to big thank you really to Russ and Emily for hosting tonight and for bringing us all together. So big round of applause, please. And I was reflecting on the first wedding and looking at the various photos there, and I think we have all aged remarkably well. A couple of us have just got more expensive glasses. myself and Dave in that, but a lot of you actually genuinely look a lot better than you did 22 years ago, which is quite something. I was thinking about sequels actually, and starting to feel, I was thinking about films, and I was thinking about often the sequel is better than the original. And tonight feels a bit like that actually, because great to have everybody here tonight. And I was starting to think about different films. I don't know if any kind of examples, anyone in the audience got anything on sequels? So films where the original was amazing, because it was amazing, but the sequel was better. Anyone got anything?
Rambo 2.
Godfather Part 2, brilliant. Rambo 2.
Yep.
Terminator 2.
Alien.
Better Call Saul. That's a TV program, isn't it? The second series. All right. I wasn't asking for series, but thanks. Let's keep going. Yeah. I thought I was quite specific about the film, but any that didn't go so well that you might, any that Grease 2, yeah, Grease 2 is a famous one. You like that? Jaws 2, yeah. Back to the Future. The one that comes up when you Google this, the worst sequel ever made, was Speed 2, Cruise Control. It was so bad that Keanu Reeves was sent the script, and he called up the producer and very politely said, look, I'm not sure this is going to work because a cruise ship is one of the slowest moving modes of transport in the world. They ignored him, the film got made, Keanu Reeves, it was absolutely awful film. So Speed 2 was the low point. The best sequel for me ever made, and probably the best film ever made, was Paddington 2. You'll notice a resemblance to one of the main characters, Hugh Grant. And so, Paddington 2 is a fantastic film. And so, in order to just get a sense of kind of what sort of evening you feel this is going to be, I'm going to sort of get a response. So, those of you who feel tonight's a kind of Speed 2 Cruise Control vibe, make a lot of noise. That's correct. Security, you can stand down at the back, we're not going to have to throw anyone out. So those of you who feel tonight's more of a Paddington 2 vibe, make a lot of noise. Well done everybody, that was the right response. The greatest sequel of all time. So it's been really a brilliant evening so far. I think we're all going to have a really wonderful time this evening. I mean, so for me, I've known Russ pretty much all my life. Hello to Dawn. I remember Dawn welcoming me into the house and making us cups of tea and cheeseburgers at 3 o'clock in the morning and all that sort of stuff. So it's great to see Dawn then. Sorry you can't hear Dawn, but lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. So I've known Russ for a very long time, and I've been lucky as well to know Emily for a very long time, of course. And through that I got to know his family, Emily's family, Emily's friends. So I've been lucky enough to be a part of the story for the whole time. And one thing was true 22 years ago, which is what I said and what all our friends said, is that these two are absolutely made for each other. And nothing's changed. 22 years later, they're still made for each other. And it's brilliant to see you together and so happy. And you've got the best wishes of everybody in the room. From me personally, I know a lot of goodwill for a very happy future together.
Thanks so much, Bradley. So now it's my great pleasure to invite one of the most important people up to the stage. It's time to hand over to Esther.
To my wonderful parents,
When did we did you first find out that we weren't married?
In a car coming back from a department store in Spain.
So we hadn't mentioned it before, had we?
No, definitely not.
Were you a bit surprised?
You could say that.
Okay, so how do you feel about us getting married today?
I hope that you don't. I don't think you should get remarried. Sequels are good, but prequels are just
Okay, so I think you and Marnie have got a joke for us, haven't you? Can you do it? Look, Marnie seems enthusiastic. And you wrote signs and everything, yeah? Okay.
Knock, knock.
Who's that?
Banana.
Banana who?
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 Knock, knock.
Who's that?
Orange.
Orange who?
Orangey supplies. I didn't say banana again.
So finally this evening, it's my great pleasure to welcome Ben, who's going to tell us the session we're going through.
Very similar from the store. This is very tall. I'm not going to do a very big preamble to this because I think this song says everything I want to say, and also I've had too much champagne to make a long speech. I'm going to just start and pick it up. Wow. Stop all the clocks, turn back the years, can't comprehend how we ended up here. Never more beautiful, still such a sight. 20 years after our first wedding night, and all that time, even apart, you had my heart. The spark never left us then. We're better together again. See, love isn't easy, and that much is clear. Though it's sparkly, isn't it? Standing up here, it's hard to think now, and hard to believe that we're here after nearly 2 decades reprieve. All that time, even apart, you had my heart. The spark never left us then. We're better together again. We went through so much and went our separate ways. Prove the true love never truly can fade. Sounds simple in song, love's complexity's diminished. But if I start to explain, all the song will never finish. And all that time, even apart, you had my heart. The spark never left us then. We're better together again. Oh, it's beautiful, madness, chaos, and bliss. Who can ask for anything more than this? We built a life together, a life full when you share. Who gives a shit what papers say? You always knew I cared. I loved you now, I love you then, I love you every day. Dancing in your arms on our second wedding day. You are the one I'll stand beside, I really hope you know. So take my hand, hold on to it, and never let together.